Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. Today is Thursday, December 18th, 1 week till Christmas. Let's see what the market looks like. It's green for the most part. Mag 7's up. Everything else is kind of just flat hanging out, but that's looking pretty good. Mag 7, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Let's go ahead. Look at the heat map. There you go. It is pretty green right there, as you can see. Things are looking pretty decent this morning. The SPY is pretty up pretty good, bouncing off that trend line, and the Qs are up as well. So there you go with them bad boys. They are looking decent this morning. So that is not a bad look. IWM right there is up $1.09, so that's good too. And let's go ahead and see what's popping up here with our Joe Lee's jumpers real quick and see what's happening this morning. Let's go ahead and rock and roll right through ACB. That's Aurora. And the cannabis stocks are up a little bit this morning. They're not looking so bad. AKAN, this has been running for a few days right there. And then here's your Canopy Growth. And that was up a little bit this morning, not as high as it was yesterday, but they're trying to get back up there. EONR, that looks like it's trying to set up after it ran up yesterday. And INDO is Indonesia Energy. And look at that thing spiking up yesterday, just kind of hanging out there today. And NINE. And this is dipping down. That ran up yesterday. And pets right here, PETS. This was definitely running. Yeah, 2 days ago? Last week was it? I forget what day it was. I don't remember, but what day was this? I remember running the other day. That's for sure. And it was December 16th, and today's the 18th. So 2 days ago, it was running pretty wildly. And let's see, it was running back here too. So it's had two big spike ups and just kind of hanging out. Look at this setup right there. Now look at this one. So if it's going to follow, which it looks like it is, we might be wanting to keep an eye on pets right there. That one actually looks like it's trying to get moving again. RBNE, that Robin Energy was running up yesterday. We were looking at that last night, so we'll see if these energy ones actually do want to run their little pull back. SNDL right there, that's a cannabis one. That's running up as well, looking pretty good. SOC right here, Sable Offshore was running up there yesterday and just kind of hanging out this morning. SPAI is Safe Pro Group, and another one. A lot of these that ran up yesterday are just hanging out this morning, like Tilray, the cannabis stocks. They don't look bad. They're just kind of hanging out this morning. TOVX. We do have CPI coming out, or something's coming out like CPI, I believe. TOVX right here. That's pulling back a little bit. It was trying to get moving. That's setting up right there. And this T-Pets Trio Petroleum, and it was running yesterday, but just pulling back a little bit. grows another cannabis stock, and that one was running up. Look at that bad boy. That does look pretty good right there. Urban Grow and USEG right here, trying to pull back a little bit after yesterday's big run, but they're over the MACD, not looking bad. I could see the energy and the gas and oil and gas ones getting ripping. VIVK is definitely getting set up right there. It's been setting up for a little while, and then we have YCBD, another cannabis one that's been running up there. So there you go with your Joe Lee's jumpers, and thank you, Asian Joe Lee. Greatly appreciate them. Let's see what else is going on with our Mag 7 and everybody else. And again, our SPY and Qs are up right there, so that's a good look. There's your SPY, and your Qs are up $5. So there you go with that. Let's take a look and see what Apple's doing. It was dipping yesterday. It's pulling back a little bit more today, but trying to we'll see if it tries to stop its bleeding right here. And I don't think it's coming down to the 50. So it should try to stop right around there, I would say. And Amazon is trying to go back up. That's getting to be in a good spot. Look at this thing, guys, in the next day or so. Well, tomorrow's Friday, but maybe next week. Short week, Christmas Eve week, Christmas week, that week could be wild. So next week, maybe the market gets really popping here, and we'll see things jumping up like crazy. But there's your Amazon. Here's your Google right here, and the market's probably looking good after MU. Google trying to pop back up. We'll look at MU in a second. Meta right here is not looking too bad as it's in that channel. It had a little bit of pullback there, but bouncing back up. And Microsoft wasn't looking bad, and that's getting to be. Look at Amazon and Microsoft right now. Look at these two chart setups. Look at that. Wow, it's a little similar, huh? I must say, Amazon, Microsoft, look at that. Dupe. I would say that's a little similar right there. And they both look like they're getting set up. So pretty interesting right there between Amazon and Microsoft. So keep an eye on them too, obviously. And then your Nvidia is back up a little bit today. It took a huge dip yesterday, and we'll see. I don't know if it's going to get exactly flying yet, but it looked good the other day as it was sitting around here. But then it did obviously dip down this week, and there you go. So there's your Nvidia and Tesla right here, TSLA, and that one is trying to back up there. So we'll see what's going on. Luis Rodriguez with Tesla, but yeah, it looks pretty good to try to jump back up. So that one could be a really good one right there, obviously today, to just start running towards that 500 area again. And it's at 474. It had some good pullback there yesterday. AMC right here up a penny. That one's probably trying to base out after it got destroyed down there. And GameStop right here, not looking so bad, just a little bit flat this morning. How about Chewy right there? And that one is kind of just hanging out flat as well. And Unity's been way down, but that looks like it could be getting set up. And keep an eye on Netflix. This one could be getting set up, obviously. Look at it rolling up to the MACD, and they have the old Warner Brothers and that whole thing going on with the buyout and everything else. But anyway, AVGO, that's not AVGO. Here's your semiconductors trying to bounce up a little bit. And here is the star of the day right here. Look at this thing at 253, and that is MU, and it did pop big time last night after TR. So we'll be keeping an eye. It really beat its ER pretty big for MU. So there you go with that big jump right there, as you can see. And that thing is rocking and rolling. So there you go with MU. And let's see, that might try to help the market move around. TSM trying to bounce back up. So maybe these guys did bottom out here. We'll see. Obviously, they had some nice dips action yesterday, and they all came down to lines and basically bounce points, I would say. So SMCI, this one could get cruising back up and curling. And again, it's a Thursday going into a Friday weekend right there on a short week coming up, but the short week could get crazy. I'm telling you, AMD, just a little bit of pullback right there. And let's see what else is going on with the QCOM and Snow. QCOM running up a little bit. Snow not looking so bad. That had been coming up. That one's curling up, looking pretty good right now. So keep your eye on Snow. And good old PayPal dipping down even more. So that one might be a great one to pick up for the January effect. We'll be watching that. And Intel right here, that one should get set up right there. Look at that setup. And just watch for any dips. And Dell right there is kind of just hanging out. Looks like it wants to curl up or could pull back right there. We'll have to keep an eye on Dell. It looks like it could go either way right now. IBM, and that one doesn't look so bad for good old IBM. It's just sitting right there, but it is trying to get set up. It does look like it's trying to pull back a little bit more, but I don't know how much more it could get that hook going back up and look pretty decent there for IBM. And Palantir right here, good old PLTR. And that one had taken a nice dip yesterday and is way down there, but looks like it wants to roll off. I would keep an eye on Palantir there. It doesn't look too bad, actually. So definitely keep an eye on that one. How about Sophie right here? And let's see what Sophie's doing after all these dip downs. And it's just getting down to that bottom. We'll watch for any more dips right here. You have your good support line down there at about 24.99 or something like that, it said. So keep an eye on Sophie. And how about your Marin, Riot, and all these guys in crypto? They look like that looks like it wants to roll off the MACD. Riot has a little support line right there. Could get moving off of that one depending on what crypto wants to do. And CleanSpark is in a good spot. So we could see that one try to bounce as well. And Strategy right here is up a little bit, and he's sitting on a trend line. So kind of interesting right there. They're all on their trend lines. Let's look at Coin and Hood real quick. Their Coin's up a little bit, or Hood's up a little bit, and Coin is up as well, about 2.5%. So Bull should be up a little bit this morning. And I don't know if I could type it in, but if we get to it, we'll look, and it is up 3 cents. So it's just barely up, but it looks like it's trying to curl up right there. Let's see what Kodak is up to. That's just kind of hanging there. I had that look yesterday. It was an interesting one. Let's look at crypto real quick because I'm just interested in it. 87 right there. So is holding itself, but what a dip yesterday. Wow, it's playing with fire and trying to bounce right back up. Look at that, trying to curl and make that hard curl up. I mean, Ethereum wasn't looking good. Let's see what kind of curl up it has right here. And it is Yeah, I mean Ethereum still doesn't look good, guys. So I don't know. They could get red today for sure. We know that. ASML, or what am I looking at? You just said ASML. I'm looking at Solana over here. That's hilarious. But yeah, that one's on that MACD, and I don't know, guys. They are right there. Kind of interesting look. We'll be watching it again today. They looked much better yesterday morning before we got off the Discord before they crashed down like crazy. There's Ripple almost they're still stair stepping down almost, and then here's Doge right here, and that one is down as well. I mean, they're up this morning, but just I don't know, they just don't look perfect right here. Let's see if they can get a bottom look and actually get cruising. They were looking way better when Bitcoin was slowly going into that bullish state, and then it went boop right down there, and now it's all jacked up. So now we got to see if it can work its way out and see what's going on. But it was doing pretty well, got into the 20 and tried to make it. I don't know, this market is absolutely bonkers right now, everybody. So there you go with our crypto report right there. And let's look at space right here. That's up a little bit, not looking bad. Look at that trying to crawl back up for SPCE. And of course, Boeing right here is up a little bit, and that's not looking too bad either. And DJT after last night's speech, look at that thing cruising along there. So I don't know. I guess people like the speech. Trump Media and Technology Group announces a board approval all stock merger with TAE Technologies valued at more than 6 billion with each side to own about 50% at a conference call at 9 a.m. this morning. So technology group or Trump Media and Technology Group, TAE. I don't know who the hell they are, but there you go. And that's Trump Media just merging with somebody, and now that's why that one's way up. Yeah, who the heck's TAE? I don't even know what that is or what they're talking about. But anyway, that's why Trump Media is up. I didn't know. It's like, wow, that many people liked that speech last night. I couldn't believe it, but that's why it's up. I didn't look. And Nike right here looks like it could get rolling right off and get cruising. And let's look at that Lulu right here, guys, because that was moving along this morning, and that looks really good. Look at that thing popping into the top right there. So that did look pretty good. And your boil and your gush up a little bit right there. Not looking as good as they did yesterday. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. And that DJTU is a two-time long DJT right there. So that did pop up as well. 34% this morning. Look at that bad boy. Wow. That did jump up there. And McDonald's always does look good when the market's not looking good, but the market's trying to turn around and McDonald's hitting resistance now. So that's always interesting. And Disney not looking so bad right there. Oxy and ExxonMobil did look great yesterday, and now they're just kind of hanging out there. So we'll see what's going on with oil and gas. One day it looks great, the next day it gets flat. So very interesting. DXYZ, the space ones, and this one's just kind of flat, but we're pulling back pretty good. ISTS is trying to hold itself up, I would say, right there. So we'll keep an eye on all of them as well. And there you go. Let me see what you guys have up here. BFH. Let's see what that is. Oh, that Brett, holy cow, that thing is still going into the top. That is unbelievable. It keeps making new all-time highs every single day. That's pretty wild. Path right here could get back on path, Luis Rodriguez. So we should probably put that on our setup list right there because that is getting set back up. And let's see what I looked over and saw ASML, and that thing's popping up pretty big this morning. I saw that on my watch list, and it was green. I didn't know what it was up, but it is up like $20. And look at this thing. That thing could get set right back up right there for ASML. BE right here is that good old Bloom Energy, and that could start to bloom again, but I don't know. I mean, it looked pretty good. That's 3 good dip days. I mean, it's been dipping down pretty well. We'll see what if it's just ready yet. Okay, so we'll watch all these energy ones and stuff like that. For bloom, we'll definitely see when it wants to bloom. That's for sure. It will be a good one. SMH right here, the semiconductor ETF, that's trying to bounce back up. So it looks like they could be getting rolling. And then your Toyota Motor is definitely strong up there. Look at that thing. Toyota Motor looks really good this morning, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go with them. And that is what the market looks like this morning. Let's see what the news says for CPI inflation on deck, what to expect in push, pull, print, whatever that says. And from on-device AI to girlfriend index, trading ideas from the research firm that now 2025's investment themes in U.S. crypto treasury. What U.S. crypto industry cheers 2025 wins, but party may fizzle next year. Well, it's fizzling now. And tech stocks fuel rebound as Micron jumps 11% right there. CPI report today. So we'll see what's going on with that. What time's that come out right here? Let me take a look. And CPI 830. So that is coming out pretty soon. Inflation rate and jobless claims and Philly business conditions. Oh, man, they're not good. They can't be good. I live around here. I know that. So there you go. Philly Fed employment. There you that can't look real hot either, I don't think. But anyway, and that is today. And then tomorrow you have your core PCEs and your PCE, your price index stuff and personal income and other things. But today, big one right here coming out at 8:30. That's the CPI. So we'll be keeping an eye on inflation and what that looks like right there. So let's see. The market doesn't look bad. Nvidia's up, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple's just kind of hanging out, and Meta's up. So our Mag 7's looking pretty good this morning. The rest of the market's just kind of hanging out there. Your energy stocks are down a little bit. At least they give it a little Christmas theme with a little red because the rest looks pretty green right there. So it's not looking bad. And Trump did come on to try to pump up the markets, I think, yesterday. NASDAQ leads, tech rebound as Micron surges on strong AI-driven earnings ahead of key CPI data right there. So that's what it looks like. So you can take a look at that. And there you go, everybody. I'd say that's a pretty quick and easy market review on a Thursday morning right here. So yeah, 1 week till Christmas, guys. How crazy is that? So I guess if you don't do any of your Christmas shopping yet, you better get to it, huh? And let's take a look right here. Here's that UGRO. It was jumping up. VIVK. That one's trying to set up. We were looking at a DJT up. VMAR. That had been up the other day, pulling back a little bit right there. That walk has been trying to get set up. It's way down here, and it is just kind of riding flat. I don't know when one of these days it'll just get rolling, that's for sure. Here's that A gate. Remember that huge dip it took right there? So we'll have to watch that. It's starting to get set up, and your YCBD up there and running up some more. And there's MU and AKAN. So there you go with them. So yeah, not like a whole lot happening, but enough to keep the market rolling like we like. And things are looking pretty decent right there, Sam. So you made it out of Panera. I was wondering about you. So without having anything thrown at you after listening to the Trump speech in a Panera and having it broadcast and live, wow, everybody was probably looking at you like, who is this guy? And then I was commenting on there. They were probably like, what the hell show is this dude watching? This is crazy. Anyway, they're like, this is much more wild than Fox News, that's for sure. But there you go. You got out there alive, Sam. So nice to see that you made it on this morning. So thanks for hanging out and enjoy your day. And that's what the market looks like. Not too bad this morning after Trump pumped it up yesterday and MU pumped it up yesterday. So that is what the market looks like. You do have DJT rocking and rolling on a merger and MU rocking and rolling on some earnings. So that is what it looks like. And there you go for your Thursday morning. So be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits today. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on X. I do respond to everybody. And be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And make sure that you like the show on your way out of here. I always appreciate that. And that's what it looks like. And again, crypto not looking so bad this morning. Bitcoin's back to 87 after a hit up there at the 20 yesterday and then just took a complete nosedive and went straight back down. So now we have to work our way back up and see if it can stay up and get cruising. The market don't look so bad. And I think next week, that short week, could get it rocking and rolling going in for the January effect. So maybe that's what it was all about. Nice dip opportunities here. So we'll be watching to see what we like today. And if the market really wants to get cruising, let's just take a quick look at 2-3 more Lowe's and Home Depot. I was just curious about them. And CMG, that was up yesterday, just kind of hanging out there. But Lulu's up this morning. Fig's up a little bit this morning, not looking too bad. And let's see what IONZ, this one might be down right there if the rest of the market gets cruising. So IONQ trying to cruise back up. So we'll be watching the market and see if it wants to bounce back up. And here is Snapchat right here. And this has been getting set up as well. So there you go, Sam, Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Asian Joe Lee, Doge Mom and Nine, and everybody else hanging out. Robin's driving to work. Drive safely, everybody, and enjoy your day. And like I say, trade smart, locking those profits on a Friday. The market does look pretty good. So let me know if you have any questions. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And have a great day, everyone.